Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, we want to thank everybody for your support on Patreon, Ko-Fi, and also with the memberships on YT. We're hoping that we're going to see changes in YT as, again, everything is changing and positive changes, too. It's just been rapid fire succession of crazy events going on planet Earth, but it's all part of the bigger plan. It is part of the apocalypse, and can you feel how deep into the apocalypse we are? We're knee deep. Maybe we're waist deep.
I think we're pretty neck deep.
It's getting deep around here. This, by the way, is Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok is an enormous city, and it has... Well, at least this location has a problem with an enormous sinkhole. Yeah, and I guess what I want to get across, don't gawk. Don't gawk. Be cautious. And in this video, I want to get across, if you are witnessing something that is just mind-boggling and you can't believe what's going on, clear the area, take precautions, because it's crazy out there now, and things are going to ramp up like we've never seen before. Here you go, people are just spellbound watching this. Of course, they're going to say it's just simple water main break. There's nothing going on here. It's just, all that water just is eroding the ground, and the sinkhole gets bigger and bigger and bigger in the middle of a city that is bigger than New York City. Oh man, this is insane. Think about the skyscrapers that are all around this. And if one of those skyscrapers was to come down, talk about catastrophic. It just, again, boggles the mind how people can become so spellbound. It's understandable to a degree. Take caution, I guess, is what I'm trying to get across, because sometimes we get caught up in things and don't clear the dangerous zone, clear the area. This, again, Bangkok, Thailand. And you have a professor here, a geology professor, saying the incident was not due to natural geological conditions. It was an engineering failure. It was due to the lack of foresight and planning. I don't know. I think there's a lot going on planet Earth right now. After all, so much of our history is buried under feet of Earth. I mean, maybe even in some cases hundreds of feet of Earth. In some places, the farther we go, the more we dig down, we just keep finding more and more evidence of another civilization, and another civilization, another civilization. It's the the bleep is getting very, very thick on planet Earth at this point in time.
I don't know. Lack in foresight. That's what about all the other roads? Weren't they kind of made together at once? Shouldn't they all be? I don't know. To me, that's quite a stretch. Lack in foresight.
Well, again, Thailand felt a very big earthquake earlier. That was this year. Everything is happening so fast right now. And you got to wonder, the Earth itself is undergoing massive change. It literally is expanding. We do believe the Earth is growing. It's literally expanding. And that is part of what we're witnessing here. We also have increased strength in storms. Super Typhoon Ragasa is expected to make landfall in China after bringing torrential rain, damaging winds to parts of Thailand and the Philippines. Evacuations underway, schools and businesses closed. Actually, 250,000 people in the danger zone minimum. This has already done so much damage in Thailand and the Philippines. And you got people that are just like waiting in it. Again, this guy is out there. And here comes a super typhoon. Some people, I don't know if it's, that they don't value their own lives, or if they just are like deer in headlights. Well, he's not literally a deer in headlights. He's poking around, wondering what's floating by. use caution and realize that these times are a little different. These times are actually quite a bit different than anything we've had in the past, and expect the unexpected. And, again, don't do anything silly or foolish. It's a horrible situation. Here you have another case of selfies, and this massive water wall does come down on them, and they have a little one in there. It's stupidity is what it is. Maybe not gauging properly the risk involved. This is in Hong Kong. Again, a whole family swept away. Here you have people tying down their cars in Hong Kong as the typhoon is coming. Again, Hong Kong is one of the most populated cities in the entire world. It's just mammoth. This is a hotel. And this wave that comes, you cannot, again, understate that these times are just different. As you can see, it just blows the window right out. Boom. Just smashes it out. I'll have all the links for you guys as always. One of the reasons why we don't always expand to full screen with these is because it seems to increase the copyright issues, and sometimes I've had videos come down and even get strikes, so it endangers the channel itself. You never know which one's going to be that way. You just don't know. There's no warning on which video will be the one that triggers it. I mean, I've had little cute kitty and dog ones get videos blocked in countries. It's just kind of crazy. So the damage so far is we have 17 lives lost in Taiwan. Over 100 people are missing in Taiwan from landslides and flooding. A barrier lake overflowed, and now it's heading over towards Hong Kong. And hopefully, again, it won't stall out, because that's always a danger with the storms, and especially in these times. So please do send your prayers and intentions that everybody be kept as safe as possible. I think, again, when we look to, where are some of the areas that are the most dangerous in these times, and where is there a safe zone? I think we could create safe bubbles around ourselves. But again, if an area is having repeated events of flooding, it might be wise to think about a different location, because I think it's going to only intensify for the foreseeable future before things chill out. In fact, if you have been binge watching everything you can get about prophecy and remote viewing, so let's say the time period between now and 2050, almost all the remote viewers that have remote viewed this time know that it's perhaps the most dangerous time in hundreds of years, and that the Earth in 2050 is going to be a completely different place than the Earth is right now. I think we are in the beginning of the peak change period. This is a peak change period. The guides gave us about 5 years ago that there are going to be people moving away from the coastlines en masse. You're going to have mass migrations that are going to make the migrations that came in recent times before now look like nothing, because people will be literally leaving in droves these areas that are getting battered by the increasingly stronger and stronger storms. And of course that can include rivers, as we saw up in North Carolina in the Asheville area. Again, just because you're 1,000 miles inland doesn't mean that you're going to be safe. So it's, again, more about a personal bubble of protection. Again, ground and root yourself, heighten your senses. Again, the animal kingdom understands when these big things are coming, typically, and they'll usually do their best to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty severe. It's like everywhere we look, and it just seems to be getting worse. And you would think, well, when is there not a flood season anymore? And there's just not. It seems like flooding year-round, kind of constant, massive life loss, massive people having to, reroute, do things different, death, and it just seems to continue on and on and on.
So what you see is, honestly, piss poor planning in many cases. These are luxury living estates. Where is this? Well, again, this is actually in Lagos in Africa. And here you can see, this is also close to the South Atlantic anomaly, which is an area of very, very unusual magnetic activity where, again, the magnetic pole shift, the geomagnetic pole shift that's underway, is an especially vulnerable area for energies coming in from outside of the planet. And yeah, our coastlines are going to be reworked. It doesn't matter where you're at. When we look and we see seashells on top of mountains that are 12 to 14,000 feet up in the air, you know that, again, it's more of creating your own personal protection bubble. It's more about creating your ability to sense into things and to listen to your guides, because we all have spirit guides. That's just a fact, whether you believe in them or not. Everybody has spirit guides. And again, we have a team that's there to help us, and we need to ask for help. And definitely, if you are in the eye of a storm, if there's a big storm coming, what do? Well, we start doing our meditation and mantras, and we connect again to Mother Earth and, again, all the elemental forces, and create a bubble around the property with the intent of shielding us. So again, Africa itself, we know there's a rift valley that is building right here, and ultimately, the scientists say it may take millions of years, but this chunk of Africa is going to be coming off and creating one of the world's largest islands. But again, everything that they give us with these long timelines, we don't really feel that that's so accurate. Meanwhile, here you go. Major League Baseball is going to use robot umpires in 2026. Yeah, next year. You'll get to call two calls that you want challenged, and AI will sort it out for us. AI will sort it out for us. And, I thought that was just interesting. Another thing, don't walk into water that's waist deep if there's a chance that there's any sort of electrical wires exposed. This was over in India, more than I should say, 10 inches of rain in 24 hours, 10 people died of electrocution. This is, again, I've shared this story of one of my clients that I worked on in years past, and she had a problem with her ankles and calves swelling all the time. They would swell up like balloons, and it would come about no matter what the doctors did. They had no clue about what happened or what was happening, why she was getting this horrible edema, which was making her life miserable. And with energy work, I could get it to stay away for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then it would end up coming back. And she finally went to somebody that did past life regressions, and it turned out that she had entered a basement that was full of water and had exposed electrical wires, and she was electrocuted in her past life, and that was coming over into this life. This is exactly the type of thing that you won't get from an MD, that they'll tell you is woo-woo, but no, it's the way the universe works. This is a part of our reality that, again, is hidden from us. The indigenous people of the world understood our reality far better than the science of today in more ways than one. We've been really being led through the dark by those that don't understand the light in reality. This little guy, he was rescued from a flood himself, and he might have created a little bit of a mess there, got a little over him, rambunctious with his toys. And, again, look at that smile. Look at that smile. Spend time with your pets, spend time with your family, of course, and pets are family. And also look to them perhaps when there's some questionable events coming. What are they sensing?
I know, the dog in the backpack. I saw a little clip about people in New York, they made a rule that you could not have your dog on the subway unless it could fit in a bag. And of course, people of New York did not disappoint. They took their huskies, they put them in a bag. They took their dogs, they cut 4 holes in a bag, put their legs through them, carried their dogs. Our dogs are our family, and they're just adorable, and they give unconditional love, and they're so sweet and so kind. How can you not just adore them all the time?
Stay prepared. As always, guys, thanks for your support. We look forward to your comments. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.